Video is for anyone who has student loans who woke up to a significant credit score decrease due to their loans coming out of forbearance and receiving zero communication that this was even happening. I woke up one day 2 weeks ago and I had an email saying that I have a new credit score update through CreditWise. So I signed in and saw that my credit score dropped 144 points. I freaked the fuck out. I went to go figure out what's going on. And I saw an alert that both of my student loan accounts through Nelnet were reported delinquent 30, 60, and 90 days. I was completely outraged and I was extremely confused. I did not once receive any kind of notification, no phone call, no letter to my mailbox. I never got any emails, zero communication from Nelnet that this would be happening at all. Not only that, I met with a lender for the first time to take steps to home ownership, and he just looked over my credit report and everything very thoroughly. And because my loans were in forbearance, on my credit report, it was showing green check marks for the months that they're reporting were past due 30, 60, and 90 days.
So wait a minute. You know me, I'm always trying to figure it out. I'm a little slower and not the sharpest knife in the tool shed, but I'm just trying to understand. So you're telling me that it's their responsibility to make sure that you got your credit straight and that you actually paying your student loans. But on top of that, you have student loans and forbearance, but you're leveraging your credit in order to continue to buy a house, but you're not paying back your two student loans. And let me just go out on a limb here because it's not something that she mentioned, but it's something that I want to have a conversation about. I know that there are a lot of women, overwhelmingly majority women, that say that they are the ones that ask for student loan forgiveness. I'm assuming that that quite possibly could have been you. Yo, the level of responsibility yet entitlement that we see happening in society today is just at an epic level. It is unprecedented. It is at crazy, crazy levels. And I am so confused why nobody is telling these people that they really need to get their lives together. I mean, people will sit there and say, oh my God, it's your fault. 30, 60, 90 days and I was reporting on my credit. No, it's your fault. It's your fault. Now, if they wanted to put a courtesy or whatever like that, because let me tell you something. It is always going to be my responsibility to pay the things that I owe. That's just the facts. Don't nobody owe me an explanation. Nobody is required to give me anything. Nobody is supposed to give me notice. It is my responsibility to look at. I know the stuff that need to be paid. I'm not going to sit here and hold any lender or any loan person or anything that, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. If it's the electric company, I know that the money is due for the electric company every single month in order to keep my property's electricity running. Guess what? They don't send me notifications. Sometimes I'll be forgetting. Sometimes I'll be forgetting for certain properties that, okay, I got to make sure this, because for example, you may be building a property or something like that, and you know it's just not on your mind because you haven't added it into the whatever, and you forget, and so it'll just sit there, and then oh man, wait, did we take care of that or whatever? Okay, when you log in, it'll just say past due, delinquent, or whatever like that. That is my responsibility. Nobody owes me anything, including them, to let me know anything if I bought services from them. If I lend you money. Okay, let's say, for example, I lend you something, because it's one thing to feel entitled about it because that is what the norm is or that's what we come to expect, versus this is what we should be doing. If I lend somebody money, should it be my responsibility to keep reaching out to you and begging you to give me my money back? Or is it your responsibility to pay me the money back that you borrowed? We hate having to go and reach out to people and say, yo, fam, you got my money? Because then it make it seem like you're trying to make it seem like we thirsty, like we desperate. It's the same thing when it comes to all of these companies. It's the same thing when it comes to taking out your student loans. You are not entitled to it. It is a blessing, and we need to treat it as such. These people, and let's just continue.
I was just completely fucking shook, not only seeing this and having no clue that these loans were no longer in forbearance, but also just meeting with a lender not even a month ago and everything looking fine as far as my student loans went and them being in forbearance. I started to obsessively researched and tried to figure out what is going on, how this could possibly happen, and who else this is happening to. I made a post in Reddit. I had several people commenting on that post, also sharing their similar experience that this just happened to them. And then seeing that, I also made a TikTok basically to see who else this is happening to and how we are able to move forward. On my Reddit thread, I had two reporters reach out to me, one from the Wall Street Journal and then one from Newsweek, to inquire about doing an interview to be able to help get this to the media because they are starting to see a lot of people are outraged. So I was able to do the interview with the Wall Street Journal this morning on Monday, February 24th. So my update here, what I want to be able to do is provide updates via my TikTok as I go along navigating this situation, what I'm able to find out, the progress I'm making, what's working, what's not working, so that anyone who commented on my previous TikTok struggling with the same thing is also able to figure it out and move forward in their life and be able to do whatever it is that they were trying to do or want to do and should be able to do because of their credit that is now completely destroyed due to this incredibly fucked up situation. The update that I have right now is that the media is working really hard to get this story out. They are seeing people completely outraged. They had their eye out for the situation. They have been in contact with the credit bureaus to get data. And I also will say they did tell me too that people who have not yet received these incredibly huge credit score drops due to having no communication about their loans coming out of forbearance, there are many people that are still going to get hit. However, the credit bureaus have not received that information yet. And then the second update that I had is I was able to call Nelnet, and I would like to share with you guys what I said on the phone and what happened as far as how they are going to rectify the situation and the steps that I am taking next to get this resolved.
So it is their responsibility to make sure that you pay your student loans back, which I'm assuming that they really want you to pay your student loans back because they don't want to be out of the money. Yo. We are so entitled here inside of the United States of America. And it is weird, man. It is weird. And I know that nobody wants their credit score hit or whatever. Honestly, I haven't even checked my credit in probably about 6 or 7 years at this point. Um, but the fact of the matter is that I have a spreadsheet of every single thing that I need to pay every single month. I have a spreadsheet for myself. I also keep it inside of my Apple Notes so that I can check it off as I do it. And then obviously we got formal things that we have to make sure that direct deposits go out and everything like that. Because a part of my spreadsheets and a part of my Apple Notes is to go through and double check that things actually went through because it is my responsibility to take care of business. If an employee completed work that week, then it is my responsibility to make sure that they get their paycheck at the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? So, or at the end of the month, because most people that work with me get paid monthly. But the point is that the level of entitlement that people have, and it's more than just her. I actually seen a second person, and it was a much older white lady, and I'm starting to see this a lot with white women. I'm starting to see a lot of women on my thing in the first place. But it was a second lady that actually came through that was saying that she got hit with the same thing, and I can't believe it. Oh my God, it's they bad, and they need to rectify the situation. Man, listen, bro. The fact that y'all out here moving and shaking and buying stuff and financing more stuff and getting into more debt without already paying off the debt that you have is it's wild to me, but I guess that's a social norm. If you guys have seen anybody or noticed anybody that is getting hit with huge 100-point plus credit score drops because they have not paid their student loans, make sure you let me know inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on this. Peace.